Hello everyone, this is Andrea Dumbecki, and this is the November 27, 2015 reading from the Enchanted Fairy Heart Oracle. This is Mimbu. He likes to be involved in the reading sometimes. Anyway, I'd like everyone to take a second to connect with the fairies and open your heart to a peaceful holiday season. And enjoying winter. The fairies always remind us to enjoy winter. You know, a lot of us get annoyed and we think it's cold and unpleasant, but there's so many gifts of winter. Cooking delicious soups, crafts, knitting, organizing your home, and also appreciating the frost and the snow and the magic of the nature in winter. We also have many winter fairy guides, such as the polar bear, the white owl, the wolf, and holly, and all our winter trees, evergreen trees, Christmas trees. So there's lots of winter magic. The fairies wanted to remind us about the winter magic. And so I'm going to pull some cards for everybody. And this is my fairy deck called the Enchanted Fairy Heart Oracle. It's a 44 card deck with my original artwork and messages. And the first card we pulled is the Lotus Queen. And this is a powerful card that comes up today to remind us to shift our perspective to one of grace, to one of looking at the bigger picture. You know, we all can get stuck in that poor me mentality, self-pity or disempowerment, and that's when the Lotus Queen comes through to help us to see that all of our challenges are opportunities for us to grow and opportunities for us to deepen our faith, deepen our empowerment, and really bloom into our true self, because each challenge forces us to look deep within to find our light, to find our connection to source, and to really strengthen ourself. So that's a great card for us. And the next card is Gateway Fairy. And this card comes through to remind us that life is ever changing. When one door closes, a new door opens. And this card is about having the courage to move forward with joy. Sometimes we pray for things and we want things to happen, but then when they happen, we can get afraid. So this Gateway Fairy with all the pink roses is reminding us to lead with an open heart, have faith, and know that all of these opportunities are the answers to our prayers. The fairies believe in us, in our ability to thrive, succeed, and embrace our true potential when we believe in ourselves. If you look at her wand of rose, it's a symbol of loving power, a staff of loving power as she moves forward. So, great message for us. And the next card is Fairy Princess. You are worthy of all good things. And I call this card the ancestral healing card, because a lot of us can have ancestral patterns of suffering or lack or not being nourished. And it's time to clear all those and awaken to the loving support and nourishment of the universe. That means that we can have a better life than our parents did. We can open our heart and experience the loving support of the universe, and a beautiful life is in store for each and every one of us. So I'm going to say a prayer for that for each and every one of you, and the fairy princess is working with you to increase your self-worth, to clear out your programming, and help you to receive a better life than you thought possible, and know that you deserve it. Usually I like to pull 5 cards. The next card is the Crystal Fairy. I have been connecting with crystals a lot. You can maybe take out your crystals if you've been ignoring them, or connect with the crystals in the earth in meditation. Crystal healing is powerful right now. You know, the elves and the beings of inner earth use the crystals for healing and power and all kinds of magical things. Crystals are also record keepers. If you have a crystal, I just got this new one, you can meditate with it and look at its celestial origin or the fairies that are with it. Each crystal has its own personality. I have a few of my crystals with me here today. And they're powerful. And I also find that crystals are funny. Sometimes they come through you to go to other people. Sometimes this is my new clear quartz. Sometimes I get a crystal and it tells me that it's for someone else. They're really conscious beings and they know where they belong. I got lots of crystals on my deck. This is my big quartz. And remember, meditate with your crystals. You can make a grid with a healing intention with your crystals. I also find a lot of us have lived past lives as crystal fairies or have, been in crystal caves and inner earth. So we have, crystals as part of our history, part of our past lives. And as we're awakening to that relationship, we'll find it very blissful and heart-centered and healing. So connect with those crystal fairies. And the last card is the Sunflower Fairy. You're being called to share your gifts with the world. And I feel that this is important during the holiday season also, because a lot of us maybe can activate that orphan archetype. Maybe you feel like you don't belong with your family, or maybe you can't be with your family and you're lonely, or maybe you question who you belong with or your place on earth. Well, the Sunflower Fairy is coming through to remind us that we are a very important part of the whole, and that it's important for us to be ourselves, share our gifts, and know that we are special and that there's perfect place for us in the world. So we're going to take a second to activate that energy of self-worth. And also getting out of the closet. Maybe you've been hiding, maybe you don't feel good about who you are. And the fairies remind us that each and every one of us is very unique. And even the most confident people still feel self-doubt and self-judgment. So the Sunflower Fairy is reminding us to really love ourselves and love our unique talents and abilities, and really look from a higher perspective about how important our contribution is to the world. Because every action that you take affects the whole universe. So how are you going to affect the universe today? The Sunflower Fairy also reminds us to set goals about our future, because right now there are so many amazing things coming through as the world is changing for the better, and each and every one of us is a part of that. If you have a dream to do something, believe in yourself, call on your help, and be the visionary, because as we create things through our vision, we are inspiring others and changing the world, and that is very exciting. So one more bonus card, just because I can't resist. And this is the Body Fairy. Create a joyous relationship with your body. And this is coming up for many spiritual people who maybe, are disconnected from their body, or as we grow older, we become more in our heads and analytical. But as children, we lived with our full body. We danced and played outside, we rolled around on the floor, and the fairies remind us to connect with this inner child relationship with our body once again, and to really be loving and patient with our body, and also respect our body during the holiday season. We can really be pushed to overdo it, to overeat, to overwork, to overbook ourselves. And so the fairies are reminding us to really check in and respect our body, take little breaks, do little self-care, nurturing activities, and really focus on loving our body. And it could be as easy as just touching your head and saying, I love you, looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, and taking some time alone to really check in, to feel what our body needs. Maybe it needs a break, maybe it needs more water, maybe it needs playtime, or more fruits and vegetables. The fairies also remind us to have joyous, gentle exercise. Check in with your body. I know I feel different every day. Some days I might want to walk outside in a relaxing manner, and other days maybe I want to go for a vigorous gym workout. But it's important to be in tune with our body and cultivate a loving relationship. So thank you for listening this week to the Enchanted Fairy Heart Oracle reading. This is Andrea Dumbecki from angelfairyhealing.com. I'm wishing you many blessings for a beautiful week. I will see you soon.